Wednesday, February 12th. I'm going to go out. It's in the morning, about 10 a.m. I'm going to go out and pick up the sap. First time. So we filter the sap from the buckets into the tank over here on the back of the Ford with a strainer and a strainer pad, just like the one that we used on the dairy farm 50 years ago. So that will be the strainer. Then I take a couple of pails with me to carry the sap, and I have this all strapped down to the carrier on the back of the Ford. So then I'm going to head out. About pretty close to 55. This tank holds 55 and it's not quite full. So our process is to put a pump down in there to the bottom with a hose on it. And the hose goes into the sap shed. I think I made the hose too long this year. Goes into the sap shed, into the sap pan. Now I unplug my coffee pot. And I'll plug her in and you tell me, Scott, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is it coming?
Yep.
It's pumping it into our tank. This is the first batch of the year, and this tank holds about 50 gallons, about one of those tanks. And so we have about, I think maybe 75 tapped out, but some we just put out yesterday. This is February 12th. March 12th, what am I thinking? March 12th. And our first, it hasn't run very much in the woods. A few, like a gallon, and some of the buckets have been out for several days. So, and we got this worm spell coming, so even though the buckets could have held another couple of days, 5-gallon buckets, we got to get it in so it doesn't spoil in the warm weather. So we'll bring this to a boil. Normally we won't start cooking in earnest until we have about 150 gallons, because that way when it finishes there's about 5 gallons in that big pan, and that's about right, so it doesn't scorch on the edges or anything, a little bit saggy. That's a 70-year-old pan that we're using, and the firebox is just a a cattle watering tank that we put a barrel stove kit in it, and then a couple of metal heat panels on the side. So when this finishes out of the tank, this will probably be full. I'll go get some firewood and we'll start our first fire. So I got a bunch of stuff, but I'll put some of this birch bark in. That makes a good start. That's not very, that's a little green. Gonna have some used oil. Put a little newspaper right under the stuff there. In Boy Scouts, we taught the boys that you should be able to start a fire that'll go for, I don't know, 10 minutes or something with just 2 matches. So, and without any artificial accelerants or anything. So birch bark is really the good one. So it's gotten going. The birch bark is, so out there putting a little bit bigger stuff on there.